Good evening. This is All India Radio. I'm Anuja Kumar, and with me is R.S. Raghu with the evening news. The headlines. India crosses 100 crore COVID vaccine dose landmark. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says history is scripted. President, Vice President, Home, Defence and other ministers laud the valuable contribution of doctors, health and frontline workers for the achievement. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserts that government is striving to offer world-class medical infrastructure facilities for people. Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs gives nod to PMGATI Shakti National Master Plan. Dearness allowance for central government employees hiked 3% from 28 to 31%. Election Commission issues advisory to political parties and candidates for compliance of Model Code of Conduct during by-elections. Home Minister Amit Shah reviews flood situation and relief work being undertaken in Uttarakhand. And in Men's T20 Cricket World Cup, Bangladesh beat Papua New Guinea by 84 runs in a Group B qualifier match in Oman. As India has created history by vaccinating 100 crore people against COVID-19, All India Radio salutes all the doctors, nurses, other frontline workers and all those who got vaccinated and made this possible. Even though the country has achieved this feat, we caution our listeners that the battle against COVID is not yet over. We appeal to our listeners to get fully vaccinated at the earliest and also help others get vaccinated. During the festival season, please follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact National Helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now, the news in detail. India has scripted history, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said today, as the cumulative COVID-19 vaccine doses administered in the country surpassed the 100 crore milestone. The Prime Minister called the vaccination milestone a triumph of Indian science, enterprise and collective spirits of 130 crore Indians. India's build-up to achieve this historic feat has been monumental and momentous. This is being considered the biggest contribution to the fight against the virus and an even bigger tribute to all the frontline workers who worked 24/7 to ensure a smooth and safe process. Under the world's largest vaccination drive, as India touched the billion vaccination mark, close to 300 million people are fully vaccinated. The double vaccination coverage is more than the entire population of Indonesia, Pakistan or Brazil, the most populous countries in the world after China, India and the United States. In fact, it is close to the entire population of the US as well. At its peak, the country administered 25 million doses in a day, making a world record. This is equivalent to the entire population of Australia. Over the past month, the vaccination has averaged close to 70 lakh doses every day. Again, this rate suggests that a country with a population of 25 million would receive their first dose within 3 to 4 days and be fully vaccinated within a few months.
President Ram Nath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and other ministers have congratulated people of the country on achieving the 100 crore vaccine target. In a tweet, President Kovind said, India created history today. He said, together all the countrymen crossed the target of 100 crore vaccinations. The President said, India has presented a new example of self-reliance on the world stage. Vice President Naidu appreciated all the frontline healthcare workers, scientists, vaccine manufacturers, central and state governments for their dedication and hard work in achieving this landmark feat. Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed gratitude to the doctors, nurses and all those who worked to achieve this feat. Home and Cooperation Minister Amit Shah described the achievement as a historic and a proud moment. Mr. Shah expressed his gratitude to all scientists, researchers and health workers of the country for their contribution in achieving this milestone. In a video message, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh today said that India has achieved a great success in the ongoing fight against COVID-19.
100 करोड़ वैक्सीनेशन डोज भारत जैसे देश में जनता को लगा पाना एक रिमार्केबल अचीवमेंट है। पर हमें यहां रुकना नहीं है। जब तक देश के हर एक व्यक्ति को वैक्सीन के दोनों डोज नहीं लग जाते, न तो हम रुकेंगे न थकेंगे।
Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandviya has also congratulated the countrymen on the achievement of administering 100 crore doses of COVID vaccines.
प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में आज ही भारत ने 100 करोड़ कोविड वैक्सीन लगाने की बहुत बड़ी उपलब्धि हासिल की है। आज का दिन भारत के इतिहास में स्वर्णिम दिन के तौर पर दर्ज होगा। हमने 100 करोड़ वैक्सीन सिर्फ 9 महीने में लगाई। इस बड़ी उपलब्धि के लिए मैं अपने हेल्थ कर्मियों और नागरिकों को हार्दिक धन्यवाद करता हूं।
Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur has saluted the unparalleled contribution of India's efficient leadership, scientists and the dedication of health workers. He said that from the world's largest vaccination drive to the world's first ever DNA-based COVID-19 vaccine, New India continues to set new milestones.
Congratulations India on administering over 100 crore COVID-19 vaccine doses in such a short time span. And thank you Prime Minister Modi ji for the firm, clear and timely direction and for leading the world's largest vaccination drive. The nation stands together recognizing the great efforts of our health workers and frontline workers, scientists, researchers, vaccinators and above all the people of the country who have come forward and displayed confidence in the country's vaccination drive. Thank you once again. Jai Hind.
BJP President JP Nadda has said that India has achieved 100 crore COVID-19 vaccinations in less than 10 months. Mr. Nadda said this shows the government's commitment towards safety of every person in the country. He thanked Prime Minister and expressed gratitude towards healthcare and frontline workers. Mr. Nadda said, apart from being an unprecedented achievement in the field of health, it is a symbol of India's potential on the global stage.
Bharat Biotech Chairman and Managing Director Dr. Krishna Ella has said reaching the 1 billion mark of COVID-19 vaccinations in just 9 months is a remarkable achievement for India. He further said this was possible due to the unified effort of the government, vaccine manufacturers, healthcare workers and all the vaccinated citizens of the country, making it a true success story of Atmanirbhar Bharat.
We all should be proud of that, what India has done it. I think the credit goes to scientists of this country and also the government system that delivered the vaccine to the last mile of the delivery. And I think that's significant progress. I think we've proven to the world the Indian industry can do it and Indian government system can deliver the vaccine to the last mile.
Mizoram Health Minister Dr. R. Lalthingliana expressed immense happiness over reaching to 100 crore vaccination mark across the country.
Greeting to all the people of Mizoram in these times of COVID-19 pandemic. Today, the 21st October 2021 is a very, very remarkable day for all Indians because today India has reached 100 crore doses administration of COVID-19 vaccine, which started on 16 January 2021. Mizoram also had begun the COVID-19 vaccination drive on 16 January 2021 this year, and today we have administered 11,89,163 doses, which rank one of the highest among the northeastern states of India. I want to extend my appreciation for all those who are involved in this vaccination drive.
Former Director General of Health Services, Maharashtra, and a member of the state's COVID task force, Dr. Subhash Salunke, has said that he is proud to witness India achieving the 100 crore vaccination mark. Speaking to AIR, Dr. Salunke said the high pace of vaccinations will lower the possibility of future waves.
I'm so proud as a public health person that our country has reached a milestone of vaccinating 100 crore person, and I think this is a unique achievement of any country, and we as Indians are very proud that we have been able to manufacture.
On achieving the important milestone, Dr. Mansa Heber, an Ayurveda doctor in Bengaluru, has expressed happiness over the efforts to vaccinate the people by the central and Karnataka government.
Vaccination breaks the chain of transmission. So dear friends, let us help each other in eradicating this disease from our country. It is as much our responsibility as much it is our right to be vaccinated and make our country a safer place for everyone.
Director General of the World Health Organization, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, has congratulated India for achieving the 100 crore vaccination mark. In a tweet, Mr. Ghebreyesus congratulated Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the scientists, health workers and the people of India for efforts to protect the vulnerable populations from COVID-19 and achieve vaccine equity targets. The nationwide vaccination drive against COVID-19 began on the 16th of January this year. Healthcare workers were inoculated in the first phase. It was followed by the vaccination of frontline workers from the 2nd of February onwards. Citizens over 60 years of age and those with comorbidities were enlisted for COVID-19 vaccination from the 1st of March. In the next phase, India launched vaccination for all people over 45 years of age from the 1st of April. The government then decided to expand its vaccination drive by allowing everyone above 18 to be vaccinated from 1st of May. And today, the historic milestone of 100 crore vaccination has been achieved. A special program in Hindi, 100 crore COVID टीकाकरण का सफर आकाशवाणी के साथ done at 4:30 p.m. by News Services Division of All India Radio will be broadcast again tonight at 9:30 p.m. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has asserted that the government is striving to offer world-class medical infrastructure facilities for the people of the country, especially in the testing times of COVID-19. He said that the government is ensuring that all the new AIIMS that are being constructed have night shelters for the families of the patients. Inaugurating the Infosys Foundation Vishram Sadan at National Cancer Institute Jhajjar campus of AIIMS, New Delhi, Mr. Modi said accommodation is one of the biggest problems for those undergoing cancer treatment.
जितने नए एम्स बन रहे वहां पर नाइट शेल्टर्स जरूर बने। अपनी बीमारी से परेशान मरीज और मरीज के रिश्तेदारों को थोड़ी सी भी सहूलियत मिल जाती है तो बीमारी से लड़ने का उनका हौसला भी बढ़ जाता है। ये सहूलियत देना भी एक तरह से सेवा ही है।
The Prime Minister asserted that National Cancer Institute will help benefiting thousands of people combating cancer in acquiring various therapies, medications and medical assistance. Mr. Modi said patients living in Delhi, NCR, Uttarakhand and Haryana can avail maximum benefits from this facility. The Prime Minister said a fruitful collaboration between the government and the corporate world has resulted in building this institute that can scale the healthcare facilities for the people. He said the government has taken steps by reducing the price of over 400 cancer medications for optimum affordability to the poor.
ये सेवा भाव ही है जिसकी वजह से हमारी सरकार ने कैंसर की लगभग 400 दवाओं की कीमतों को कम करने के लिए कदम उठाए। ये सेवा भाव ही है जिसकी वजह से गरीबों को जन औषधि केंद्रों से बहुत सस्ती, बहुत मामूली कीमत में दवाएं दी जा रही और मध्यम वर्ग के परिवार जिनके घर में कभी साल भर दवाइयां लेनी पड़ती हैं, ऐसे परिवारों को तो साल में 10, 12, 15 हजार रुपयों की बचत हो रही।
President Ramnath Kovind today exhorted legislators of Bihar Assembly to take vow for the development of the state. Speaking at the inaugural function of the centenary celebration of Bihar Legislative Assembly building in Patna, Mr. Kovind said aspirations of the people should be taken care and democratic values must be maintained. The President said Bihar Assembly has witnessed historical changes during its journey. Mr. Kovind said celebration of centenary of Bihar Assembly House is momentous as the country is celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. India crosses 100 crore COVID vaccine dose landmark. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says history is scripted. President, Vice President, Home, Defence and other ministers laud the valuable contribution of doctors, health and frontline workers for the achievement. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserts that government is striving to offer world-class medical infrastructure facilities for people. Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs gives nod to PMGATI Shakti National Master Plan. DNS allowance for central government employees hiked 3% from 28 to 31%. Election Commission issues advisory to political parties and candidates for compliance of Model Code of Conduct during by-elections. Home Minister Amit Shah reviews flood situation and relief work being undertaken in Uttarakhand. And in Men's T20 Cricket World Cup, Bangladesh beat Papua New Guinea by 84 runs in a Group B qualifier match in Oman. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे।
स्वाधीनता आंदोलन के दौरान भारतीय जनमानस को उत्प्रेरित कर स्वतंत्रता का अलख जगाने और मातृभूमि के प्रति सेवा, समर्पण और त्याग की ज्वाला प्रज्वलित कर देने वाले अमर गीतों पर आधारित विशेष कार्यक्रम आजादी के तराने सुनना न भूलें। FM गोल्ड 100.1 मेगाहर्ट्ज पर प्रत्येक शुक्रवार शाम 4:45 पर परिक्रमा कार्यक्रम के अंतर्गत आजादी के तराने सिर्फ आकाशवाणी पर।
Welcome back to the evening news on All India Radio. In news just in, Health Ministry has said that over 100 crore 53 lakh vaccine doses have been administered till now in the country. More than 56 lakh 11,000 vaccine doses were administered today. Recovery rate is currently at 98.15%. The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs CCEA has approved PMGATI Shakti National Master Plan, including institutional framework for rolling out, implementation, monitoring and support mechanism for providing multimodal connectivity. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had launched PMGATI Shakti National Master Plan for multimodal connectivity on 13th of October. Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur said implementation framework includes empowered group of secretaries, network planning group and technical support unit with required technical competencies. Empowered group of secretaries EGOS will be headed by Cabinet Secretary and will consist of secretaries of 18 ministries as members and the head of Logistics Division as member convener. The EGOS has been mandated to review and monitor implementation of the PMGATI Shakti NMP to ensure logistics efficiency. It is empowered to prescribe framework and norms for undertaking any subsequent amendments to the NMP. The Cabinet has approved release of an additional installment of dearness allowance to the central government employees and dearness relief to pensioners. Speaking to reporters in New Delhi on Cabinet decision, Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur said dearness allowance for central government employees has been hiked by 3% from 28 to 31%. He said the additional installment will be effective from 1st of July this year. He said 47,14,000 central government employees and 68,62,000 pensioners will be benefited.
इस वर्ष जुलाई में कर्मचारियों के डीए की 3 बकाया किस्तें हैं, उसकी बहाली को अनुमोदित किया गया था और डीए की दर को 17% से बढ़ाकर 28% किया गया था। आज इस क्रम में जो निर्णय लिया गया है कि केंद्र सरकार के कर्मचारियों को 1 जुलाई 2021 से देय महंगाई भत्ता और जो पेंशनर्स है उनको महंगाई राहत में 3% की वृद्धि करते हुए इसे वर्तमान 28% से बढ़ाकर 31% किया गया है।
The Election Commission has issued advisory to political parties and contesting elections candidates for compliance of Model Code of Conduct during by-elections. It has asked them not to organize any political activities directly related to the by-elections, even in the areas adjoining the district or constituency where the by-elections are being held. The Commission said district election officers concerned will ensure that the Model Code of Conduct instructions and COVID guidelines relating to the norms of social distancing are followed in the district adjoining to the poll-going district or constituency.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah today reviewed flood situation and relief work being undertaken in Uttarakhand. Mr. Shah today conducted an aerial survey for about 2 hours of the disaster-affected areas of the state with Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami. The Home Minister took stock of the damage caused by heavy rains in Nainital, Udham Singh Nagar, Almora, Champawat, Pithoragarh districts. After this, he held an important meeting of officials at the State Guest House of Jolly Grant Airport, in which Chief Minister, Disaster Management Minister Dhan Singh Rawat, Tourism Minister Satpal Maharaj and all top officials were present. During this, the Disaster Management Department submitted a preliminary report of the damage caused by heavy rain. Talking to the media after the meeting, Mr. Shah said that due to timely warning of heavy rain in Uttarakhand, damage was minimum and required arrangements were made for rescue and relief operations in time.
मैं देवभूमि की जनता को इतना ही कहना चाहता हूं कि संकट की इस घड़ी में भारत सरकार हर तरीके से देवभूमि के साथ खड़ी है। हमारे मुख्यमंत्री पुष्कर सिंह धामी ने बहुत अच्छे से इस आपदा को रिस्पॉन्ड किया है और इसके कारण मिनिमम कैजुअलिटी में से आपदा में से हम बाहर आए हैं, ऐसा मैं विश्वास के साथ सारी मीमांसा, सारा चर्चा सुनने के बाद मैं कह सकता हूं। आने वाले दिनों में भी इसी प्रकार का कोऑर्डिनेशन चालू रहेगा जब तक सबका रिहेबिलिटेशन न हो जाए।
In Kerala, orange alert has been issued in 5 more districts other than Idukki, Pathanamthitta and Kottayam. The Met Department issued orange alert in Palakkad, Malappuram, Kozhikode, Wayanad and Kannur districts in the northern part of the states. All other districts are on yellow alert. As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events is being organized by the government as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Let us listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. India's glorious fight for freedom is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the valiant struggle every day.
On 21st of October 1934, Congress Socialist Party was established by leaders like Jayaprakash Narayan and Acharya Narendra Dev. The success of the Russian Revolution had sowed the seeds of socialism in the minds of Indians during the 1920s and 1930s.
There was a lot of young population that was dissatisfied with the withdrawal of the non-cooperation movement and also with the nationalists' political actions. The ideologies were given tremendous push by star campaigners like Bhagat Singh, Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose.
Thus, in 1934, Congress Socialist Party helped organize peasants and workers in class organizations, promoted anti-imperialism, fight against poverty and landlordism.
Their momentum came during the Quit India movement, when Congress Socialist Party members participated in large numbers and kept the movement alive in the absence of top leaders, who were all arrested by the imperial rulers.
On the 21st of October 1943, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose announced the establishment of the Provisional Government of Azad Hind in Singapore. It was known as Arzi Hukumat-e-Azad Hind. The Provisional Government not only enabled Bose to negotiate with the Japanese on an equal footing, but also facilitated the mobilization of Indians in East Asia to join and support the INA.
कोई नहीं कह सकता है जिन लोग इस जंग में शरीक होंगे उनसे कितने लोग निकलेंगे जिंदा हो। हम जिंदा रहेंगे या तो मरेंगे, कोई बात नहीं है। बात सही बात यह है, आम बात यह है, आखिर में हमारी कामयाबी होगी। हिंदुस्तान आजाद होगा।
Netaji proclaimed total mobilization. He said, time has come for 3 million Indians living in East Asia to mobilize all their available resources, including money and manpower. Half-hearted measures will not do. Out of this total mobilization, I expect at least 300,000 soldiers and 3 crores, that is $30 million.
With the formation of the Provisional Government of Azad Hind, mobilization of the Indian communities for armed struggle was stepped up. Many Indian civilians from Malaya, Thailand and Burma responded enthusiastically. Others contributed money and gold generously to the INA fund. The gold came mostly from women who readily gave up their jewelry, while wealthy Indian families donated large sums of money after attending Bose's rallies and meetings.
Other forms of contributions included clothing, foodstuffs, and other supplies that the INA could use. By April 1944, the Azad Hind Bank was established in Rangoon to manage the overwhelming donations from the Indian communities. He envisioned the Army of Liberation as the future national army of free India and exhorted people with the war cry, "Comrades, my soldiers, let your battle cry be Dilli Chalo, Dilli Chalo."
Under the Provisional Government, Bose was the head of the state, the Prime Minister and the Minister for War and Foreign Affairs. Captain Lakshmi headed the Women's Organization, while S.A. Iyer headed the Publicity and Propaganda Wing.
Ras Bihari Bose was designated as the Supreme Advisor. Soon after the announcement, the Provisional Government had received recognition from various countries, till its dissolution when Japan lost to Allied powers. Azad Hind Fauj was an imminent threat for the British might.
Shri Krishna Sinha was born on the 21st of October 1887 in Navada district of Bihar. Sinha played a key role in the success of the non-cooperation movement and the civil disobedience movements in Bihar. He was imprisoned several times and spent 8 years in prison.
Along with his participation in the independence struggle, Sinha also contributed as an able administrator and legislator. He served as a member of the Bihar Legislative Council in 1927. He was appointed as the Premier of Bihar province in 1937. Sinha later resigned in protest over the question of the British involving India in the Second World War without the consent of the Indians.
Sinha served as a member of the Constituent Assembly from the province of Bihar. In the Assembly, he took active part in discussions relating to the objective resolutions. Post-independence, Sinha was appointed as the first Chief Minister of Bihar.
He was known for being the first Chief Minister of the country to abolish the Zamindari system, implementing river valley projects in Kosi, Aghor and Sakri, and also introducing heavy industries like oil refining and fertilizer production in Bihar. He passed away on 31st of January 1961.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar AIR News ke Sang. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in the Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio on the 24th of this month. People can share their views in the Namo app or MyGov Open Forum. In the Men's T20 Cricket World Cup, Bangladesh defeated Papua New Guinea by 84 runs in a Group B qualifier match at Al Amarat Stadium in Oman this evening. Chasing the target of 182 runs set by Bangladesh, Papua New Guinea were all out for 97 runs in 19.3 overs. Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The national capital Delhi and Mumbai will have mainly clear sky. Chennai is expected to have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Kolkata will have partly cloudy sky. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. India crosses 100 crore COVID vaccine dose landmark. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says history is scripted. President, Vice President, Home, Defence and other ministers laud the valuable contribution of doctors, health and frontline workers for the achievement. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserts that government is striving to offer world-class medical infrastructure facilities for people. Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs gives nod to PMGATI Shakti National Master Plan. Dearness allowance for central government employees hiked by 3% from 28 to 31%. Election Commission issues advisory to political parties and candidates for compliance of Model Code of Conduct during by-elections. Home Minister Amit Shah reviews flood situation and relief work being undertaken in Uttarakhand. And in Men's T20 Cricket World Cup, Bangladesh beat Papua New Guinea by 84 runs in a Group B qualifier match in Oman. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.